So readers, we've been working on deepening our understanding, and we did that first by visualizing, and then we worked on lifting a line. Well, I'm going to have you continue this work of deepening your understanding of the text, but today we're going to do that by using a variety of topics to write. It's really important that when you're reading that you slow down, you think about what you're reading, and this year I'm going to really encourage you to write about your reading. So every day you're going to write in your notebook from now on something about your reading. Often it's going to be the strategy we're working on for the day, but if there's a day when that strategy doesn't work for you, you could go to this list. We're going to put it in the back of our book, and this is going to give you an idea of some things that you could write about. Okay? I'm going to put the list up so you can see it. I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to show you exactly how that looks. And we know that we deepen our understanding if we write about our thinking. Okay? So this is just topics for Reader's Notebook. So the teaching point says readers deepen their understanding of a text by using a variety of topics to write. What I want you doing is thinking about which one of these you might want to try today, because you get to choose one from this great big long list. You get to choose what it is. Okay? So the first one is lift a line. We've already learned how to do that, haven't we?
Yeah.
That's what I really wanted you to practice, so that's why I had you do that one. There's one called Finding a Spark, and that's just, what are you thinking? You just write down your thinking. Okay? There's one about, what is this book about? That would be a summary. You could write a summary about the book when you are reading that big. How the book reminds you of another book. How the book reminds you of something in your life. How the author describes things. I really like this one because I like looking at the language the authors use. I like looking at, oh my goodness, look how many different ways the author said walked. He said meandered. He said ambled. All those cool words. Sometimes I just like writing about the words that the authors use. Whether you like the book or not, and why. Sometimes when we're reading a book, we don't like parts of it. We could write about that. How does the author come up with ideas? That one's always, I often wonder about that. You're going to compare it to, you can compare it to other genres and see how they're the same or how they're different. This one's fun. What would you change about the book? Would you recommend this book to others? And why would you recommend it? What would you predict will happen next? Why did you choose this book? Why did you abandon the book? If you abandon a book, you have to choose that one. Okay? If you abandon, I need to know why. So I want you to write it down in your notebook. And then, how do you feel about the author's writing? That kind of goes along with how the author describes things. But sometimes I just like the way authors word things, and so you would write about how you feel about that. Okay? So, our choices are going to be in the back of our notebook. We would use this to deepen our understanding of a text by using a variety of topics to write. And if the strategy we're working on for the day doesn't work for you, you would probably go to this and say, I'm going to choose something off of here so I can make sure that I write about my reading every single day. Okay? So, I'm just going to think back about Mahawat. And when I think about Mahawat, I'm wondering that question on how the author got their idea. How the author got his idea. So, I'm going to turn. What do we always do in our notebook first?
The date.
The date. And then we do a heading, right?
Mm-hmm. You use yours at
I do. All right. So you just watch right up here while I model what it would look like. Today is the 26th. And I'm going to put how did the author get his ideas? Okay. I know this author does lots of research about the tribes before he actually writes, so I know that's part of how he gets his ideas. But my wondering is, why
Does he have to write about Indian tribes?
did he, it's my turn, let me do my wondering right now. Why did he have the main character lose his arm? I think that's, I just can't figure out why he did that. I'm wondering if one of the reasons he did that was so that he had more challenges to overcome, so we can really learn that life lesson we've been talking about overcoming your hardships by trying really hard. And that just makes his life even harder, and he's showing us how you can overcome your hardships. I'm wondering if that's why, but it's kind of interesting to me that he would come up with, I guess it's not really his arm, it was his hand, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he have the main character lose his hand? And my thinking around that is, maybe he just wants us to see how he really overcame a lot of hardships. Alright? What we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you the list. I want you to look through it. I want you to turn knee to knee. And for the active engagement today, what you're gonna do is you're gonna deepen your understanding of the text by using a variety of topics. You get to choose which one you want to try today. I'm not going to tell you which one. If you want to practice lifting a line again, that's great. If you want to try one of the new ones, that's even better. Okay, I'm going to give you a list. After you've read them, you're going to turn knee to knee, and then I'll tell you when to share. I want everyone to have a chance to read these one more time before we share. And just leave the extras at the back of the room, please. Take one and pass them. Pass them quickly, guys. I like how those of you that have them started reading right away. Thank you. Set the extras at the back. And when you know which one you want to do, give me a thumb so I know when we can share. Okay, I see 3 people already. Almost everyone's there. Okay, this is what's going to happen. If you haven't decided yet, you're going to meet with me in just a minute and we'll talk about it. But for right now, I want you to turn knee to knee and listen to your partner if they already know. Knee to knee. And you are going to share what you're going to try today in your reading. Devon, knee to knee, please. Oh, you don't think it's scary
because it's kind of fun and like exciting.
Oh, so you've made a connection.
So that's why I picked.
Anyone not able to make a decision? Give me a thumb really quick if you need help. Okay, if you need help, you're going to come and meet with me right after the lesson, okay? I heard some great stuff. Can you guys turn back to me, please? I heard some people saying, I'm gonna write about how they can make this book better. You know what? He's reading these books and he doesn't think it's scary enough. I heard somebody say, oh, I'm gonna write about how it connects with my life. So somebody's made a connection. I've heard some people say, oh, I'm gonna write about why I like it or why I don't like it. All right? The thing that really excites me is the fact that not everyone chose the same one. So when I get to look at notebooks, I'm gonna get to see lots of exciting work, and we're gonna really be deepening our understanding of the text by using a variety of topics to write about what we're reading. So today and every other day in our reading lives in this classroom, we're gonna write about our reading, and if you're not sure what to do, you're gonna turn to the back of your notebook, you're gonna turn to this topics list, and you have a whole list now to go to where you can think, which one of these sounds good for today? You get to choose. Okay? So, off you go. I can't wait to read your notebooks.